Alright, in this video I'm going to explain to you how someone in our past used this geometric pattern to create the numerals, and specifically the numeral that represents the number 6. So you can see I've already got the numeral drawn here because it's a little bit complex, because one of the features of this particular numeral is that it's been done using base 12 mathematics, or it's been drawn on a base 12 Cartesian plane. So the difference between a base 10 and base 12 Cartesian plane is that the base 12 Cartesian plane, the distances between the ones is divided into twelfths instead of tenths. So there's 12 little squares between all the main lines that define the Cartesian plane. So the designers of these numerals use the circles with the square root radius of the numeral that they want to represent. So this circle here has the radius of the square root of 6. So each numeral contains that quality. So in order to calculate where to draw that particular circle, we need to use the pattern in the center here. What we do is we go over the length of the square root of 3, which is defined by this point. And we can also use these other points, which are also defined by this pattern. We can connect them, and we can draw a box or a square that has the sides of 2 times the square root of 3. And then using the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared, square root of 3 plus the square root of 3 squared gives us 6. So this length here becomes the square root of 6. So we use these 4 points to anchor our circle. Then we do what the creators of the numerals did for all of the numerals. They attach their symbol to one of the points that defines that circle. So they chose this point here, but just outside of the square root of 3, which in base 12 begins 1.89. So they went to the point negative 1.9 and then 1.9. Here it is, and then they drew a line at a 45-degree angle. So because they started here, each of the points where they intersect these squares is exactly in the middle. So the distance of 0.6, because in base 12, 0.6 is half of 1. And they continue that line all the way up to here, and it stops here, and from that point to our midpoint of the circle is the length or height of 6. So we incorporate the length of 6 in the numeral, plus we are creating the 0.6, the decimal version of this numeral. So we've got the height of 6, the decimal version is built into the numeral, and in another video we can calculate the length of that line and discover that it too is extremely close, because it is built in units of square